So welcome back. We have an actual real episode today. We're getting back on track. COVID has been
very fun for us.
And it has thrown everything way off course, as if we were on course to begin with. Also, Bailey's not here tonight. He hurt himself skating, I believe is the story.
What year is it?
Well, the thing, yeah, you know.
So
but we do miss Bailey. He couldn't be here tonight. I think he should be back next week. So, that'll be fun. Anyway, we have some stuff we're going to talk about tonight. Wes, do you have news?
Fuck no, I didn't know that we were doing this until,
Wasn't there a whole Xbox review?
Isn't that something that you care about?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, but that was a week ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, but, I mean, it's whatever.
Okay, well then should I just name off all of the games that are gonna come out?
Just give us the highlights.
Grounded just released yesterday. It's a cool game preview. Survival-wise, you can play it for an infinite... Yesterday. You can play it for an infinite amount of time. Story-wise, it's very short.
Use that as your game for the week to talk about.
No.
No?
No, okay. I played it for 2 hours. And I'm not going to lie, I'm just not that into survival games. So I just got kind of bored.
We downloaded you.
What?
That's true.
I downloaded it on the Xbox so that we can play with you.
I mean, I'll play it with y'all. I'm sure it would be more fun to play with friends.
You don't have to.
I
don't want your breath in my face, you good boy.
I played it alone, so I just got bored with it. But I'm sure it could be fun with friends. And plus, I couldn't figure out how to level up my equipment and stuff. So, anyways, Halo Infinite also came out with a gameplay trailer. People are really pissed off at it, but I also think that the Halo community is just too toxic in general.
Why are they mad about it?
So the problem is... No, because the graphics in the trailer just look really ugly. Not trailer, gameplay. Look really ugly. But the thing about that is, they always look ugly in the first Halo gameplay reveal, and then, by the time that it comes out, graphics are brand new.
Gets cleaned up.
Yeah, so it's not something that I'm worried about personally. I'm more excited about some of the new mechanics that they showed in the gameplay reveal. Like, Master Chief has a grappling hook now that he can use to get to higher places or to pull things to him and throw them at people, which is cool.
It sounds like Doom. Are you sure you're not talking about Doom?
I'm sure.
Alright, okay. I'm going to set you down.
I love
you. Open world too, right?
Yeah, it's open world. That's new to Halo. I mean,
yeah,
ODST was semi-open world, but it was still super linear, so I don't consider it. But this is also the second appearance of attack map, with the first being an ODST.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm super excited about... Oh, and you will be able to get it on Xbox One, also Series X, which is basically going to be every game moving forward. You should be able to get on both.
PC as well, right?
Yeah, PC. So
I know it's coming to Steam too, I think.
Probably.
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay.
Why would they do that if they're trying to sell this next gen?
The thing is...
And they're this big seller, we're not going to put it on exclusively the next gen.
They're really pushing their Xbox Play Anywhere, and I think this goes all the way back to a prediction that I made on this podcast 2 years ago or something, that Xbox was going to become modular. So I think they're trying to get to a point where it's like PC, where you can set up your graphics settings depending on the system that you have, or the components that you have for the system if they do go modular.
And I think we talked about the pros and cons of that, but I don't know how I feel about it still. So, on the one hand, great. On the other hand...
I'm not going to get an Xbox.
Well, yeah, but advancements are made with this generational leap, and without that kind of defining moment of old versus new, I'm wondering how, if they're making games that can run on older hardware on purpose, I'm wondering how that will limit what they're able to do creatively.
The thing is, I don't know how much it will limit it. Well, actually, no, I get what you're saying.
Well, it's to some extent, because like the loading screens and just like the jump from, I think, last gen to current gen definitely is going to be bigger than this jump.
And I think you're going to see that
just missed out on a lot because of the restrictions that they had to work in between.
I think you're going to see each generation that the gap gets a little bit smaller, until I guess we don't even have generations anymore. So,
yeah, that's kind of where I think it's going. I'm still going to get an Xbox Series X because I'm still using the day one Xbox, and it overheats daily and sounds like a jet engine. Not as bad as
my PS4 Pro.
So does mine.
Well,
yeah.
It's not nearly as bad as a PS4 Pro, trust me. No, the sound, like, I get it. I know how the PS4 Pro sounds.
Oh, it's insane.
But also, it would just be a much cleaner look on my desk to have that cube Xbox Series X rather than this fucking flat rectangle bulky brick thing.
They're both bulky brick rectangles.
Yeah, but the Series X looks so much cleaner.
It is a lot better looking than the PS5. I will say that.
Honestly,
however, I will be getting the PS5.
PS5 look is growing on me, and I don't know if it's because I have to like it. Because I'm getting one. It's
more
growing
news.
On me. Yes.
There was a leak or a rumor. I don't know which one, so could be true, could be not.
Oh, I think we were talking about it earlier.
The customizable panels for the PS5?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool.
The white plates will be removable. You'll be able to Supposedly.
Can I just wrap it like a car? And then just have like
probably
carbon fiber side panels? Because that might look cool.
You could do that anyway. So I don't know what your question really is there. But yes. Anything else from Xbox?
Oblivion is also coming out with a brand new IP, but I cannot remember the name of it.
New Fable. I did hear that.
New Fable.
That, honestly, like, all they did was basically announce that it was going to happen. Like, the trailer that they showed nothing.
It's a teaser trailer. I am wondering, though, because the only reason I would upgrade eventually, and it would have to be at the right price and stuff, because I love Forza Horizon.
It's going to come out.
No, I understand that, but it's the people that are making Fable.
Yeah.
Like Playground did Forza Horizon. So if they're busy on Fable, then I don't have to get not PS5, Xbox One X, Series X,
also,
whatever, for a while.
Can play Forza on your PC.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
It crashes a lot.
We'll have to talk about the specs of your build later.
I don't know them. This is a pre-built from a stranger on the internet. He was very kind. And I don't have active Windows on it.
Well, that's an issue too.
Is it though?
I think yes. Know. Ethically, I think yes.
Ethically, I don't want to talk about it. That's not what I'm asking.
Anyways, Oblivion came out with is coming out with a brand new IP that's not grounded. So they came out with Grounded already, but they're also releasing a...
I thought they just published Grounded. I didn't think they produced it. I thought they just published it.
I have no idea.
I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyways, but Oblivion is working on an RPG. It's another fantasy medieval times one.
With magic.
That's why I added fantasy.
Fantasy is unicorn. Doesn't always mean magic.
Unicorns mean magic.
Look, I heard And I took it back, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
I just did!
But
Anyway.
it looks kind of cool. And I think it's exciting that it looks like Xbox might actually be investing into some first-party power.
That's very cool, but I don't care about another fantasy medieval RPG. So
I
He still
do.
got Skyrim.
I eat
I
them
do still
all
like
up.
stuff. And I might play that new Fable to see how big Peter Molyneux's hopes will be, and then what actually comes out of it, because that's what happens with every Fable game.
Leave Fable alone. The first one was fantastic.
The third one's the best in the series.
I think the first was just way ahead of its time, and then the third was just like right in line with its time.
Oh, which one's the bad one? I actually haven't played them. Is it 2 that's the bad one? That's the joke I was trying to make.
None of them are technically bad.
I know one of them was a big disappointment, though.
Well, it's because Peter Molyneux builds up expectations
No, I
by
know.
saying
I understand
ridiculous
Peter
things.
Molyneux. He's kind of a...
I've only
he's
played 1
solid.
and 3, and I enjoyed both of them, so...
Well, one of them's supposed to be kind of bad or disappointing or something.
I believe it was
That's the joke I
2,
was trying to...
where he said specifically, if you slash a tree with your sword, that scar will still be in the tree at the end of the game.
You cannot deliver that on 360.
Correct.
I don't know that you can deliver that on PS4.
I don't know that you could deliver that on PC now.
With a very tiny game.
So anyway, what else do we have in the news?
There was a lot more in that Xbox reveal, but I can't... those were just the highlights for me.
Mixer's gone.
Mixer's gone. Bye, Mixer.
Yeah, so I'm
But
streaming
they're
on
not-
Twitch now.
They're not adding a direct link to Facebook or YouTube on Xbox.
I thought they were merging. They're merging with Facebook, right?
They're closing down Mixer, and they are planning to go into business with Facebook.
Tragic for everybody
But
involved.
they're not adding like a Facebook
Like a
tab to their
native-
Xbox homepage.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah.
good. That sounds amazing. I would
Yes.
fucking hate it if it was there.
So would I. Also, I deleted my Facebook, so couldn't really do anything with it.
Coward.
No, it's been like the best thing that I've ever done. I'm so happy that I don't have a Facebook. And in deleting our Facebook, or in my Facebook, I had to delete our Channel 3 page as well, because I was the controller of it. And still, just the best thing ever.
Dude,
So,
I'm still the controller of the TNG page, and I
are you?
still get notifications about it, and I just forget to delete it every single time.
Well, you
I
can
made a
update
Facebook
it.
page for myself. No one's liked it, and I haven't put anything on it. And it's like, hey, people are visiting and not seeing anything, and I know that's a lie. So,
Thanks, Facebook.
like, you got 0 visitors this week. They didn't see anything. It's like, okay.
Also, isn't Facebook really problematic right now?
Isn't it always?
It is, but they're having an issue. I know everyone's pulling their Facebook ad campaigns right now.
I think
So,
it's an ongoing issue. I don't remember. I know what you're talking about, but I forgot the specific issue.
anyway, what else is in the news? Epstein still didn't kill himself.
That's
So
true.
that's something.
But if we're going real world news, I got a whole list. But
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. That's not pleasant. I haven't seen anything super exciting that's jumped out at me lately.
there was the Nintendo Direct Mini.
Yeah, what did they talk about there again?
A bunch of third-party games. I'm pretty excited about the
About
The boot.
the. I've lost my train of thought because of you jerks.
Just spit it out, eh?
Sorry.
No, you're not. Don't lie.
No, we're not.
I know.
Don't speak for me,
the
Tanner.
Shin,
I
Shin
am-
Megami,
Not sorry.
the Shin Megami. I don't know which one's being remade, but I've never played them, so I'm excited for that. And then
I've also never played
Shin
them, and
Megami
I'm not
Tensei
excited.
5 finally coming out. So that's exciting. Because in the last year and a half, I've gotten really into Atlas. So I'm, really excited for anything they publish at this point. And I know those are classics, so... Or the first one is a classic, the next one's, set up to be. So I'm pretty excited about that. And...
Wes had kind of a delayed reaction to that, but he did react.
Well, I can't watch because...
What did I react to? I was yawning.
I'm just going back and forth between the cameras.
I was yawning completely unrelated to what you were talking about, by the way.
I see your mouse going back and forth on the screen.
I also see that, actually.
For some reason,
Anyway.
I had the idea that it would not show on the stream. So,
No, it is definitely tracking your cursor. That's something to look out for.
Yeah, I'm glad that you let me know. I'm just gonna...
Anyway.
Oh, Wes and I tried the beta for...
Oh!
Hyperscape,
yeah.
It's fine.
What is it?
It's a battle royale by Ubisoft.
Oh.
Ubisoft had their big thing, which is exciting for me, specifically.
They showed off
all of my favorite IPs, so...
Far Cry.
Yeah, they revealed Far Cry 6, which got leaked the day before.
Do we know anything about the plot?
A little bit. You are fighting against... I don't know the actor's name. I've forgotten it. But you're fighting against him.
I'm looking it up now because I cannot remember.
That does nothing for me.
There's going to be an option, it sounds like.
Oh, that's awful.
I don't know about that. But, I'm going to play it because I love Far Cry, but it's not Cuba.
But it is?
It's
But
Cuba.
it's not.
Yeah.
That's cool, although I really enjoyed the America one. But
I
agree,
wasn't quite...
too much happens in America in pop culture.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the villain.
He was great in Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Obviously.
That's what I hear.
And then, whatever else he was in, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was in Maze Runner. He was pretty good in that.
I obviously didn't see that.
You're the person that saw that?
I liked it.
Also, we got some new details about Watch Dogs Legion. We got dates for all 3 games as well, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
When does that come out?
So Valhalla comes out November 17th. So, because it's coming out for Xbox Series X and PS5 at the same time. So my theory, which I don't know how much of a theory it is and how much of the... Basically, they've said that next gen's coming out on or before November 17th, which is the rumored date that I've heard for a while now anyway. Because it's releasing that day for the range of systems. So, Black Friday week, I guess Thanksgiving week is another way to say that.
Yeah.
We're getting I think that's the latest that we'll get the systems, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And then, Watch Dogs is coming out October 29th?
I have no interest in that game.
I'm so excited for it. I don't know how they're going to pull it off.
I have not cared for any of those games, and I've tried to.
Watch Dogs is in my top favorite games.
I enjoyed the first one a decent amount.
The first one's fine. The second one is what the first one should have been. And the third one, I'm very excited to see where they take it. But I'm a little bit worried about it because I don't know how far from because I think the first one had a lot of good to it. The second one, they perfected it. I'm worried this one's going to go too far off the rails, but I'm excited to see where they take it because I don't think they can mess it up too bad. As long as it's not worse than the first one, we're cool. I've still pre-ordered the whole thing. And then Far Cry 6 we're getting in February.
Okay.
Which is exciting, because they also announced Far Cry 5 and released it within a year. So I don't think that will get any delays.
That's true.
And that was also one of my favorite games ever, so...
Wes, did you buy a custom font?
No,
Interesting.
I made that font myself.
Interesting.
I'm just kidding, I didn't. It's called Viking Squad.
Interesting.
That's all he has to say.
I'm pretty sure that I
other news?
downloaded it for free on the internet, but keep going.
I found... Never mind. I'll tell you about that off air. Yeah, any other news?
I was trying to think, but I don't have any. NFL season is officially gonna go on. The show must
With
go on.
people in the crowds and stuff?
That is undefined yet, but the players have the option to opt out for the season unpaid, but it also doesn't affect their contract, and they just resume their contract like next year. So basically, if a player decides to opt out, then it's like the contract is just null for a year.
Interesting.
I think that's going to bite some people harder than they'll say it won't. But
Yeah, didn't all of the Marlins just come down with COVID?
All of the who?
The Marlins.
Baseball,
is a
baby.
baseball team.
I don't
I'm
pay
just
attention to
saying.
baseball.
I follow baseball just the slightest little bit. I'm actually pretty into baseball, but only like live games.
Yeah, that's the only good thing about baseball.
Baseball pants.
Okay.
That's
but,
like
like,
saying the
watching-
only good thing about vol. Never mind.
Essentially it is the same thing.
No, I actually love watching volleyball. That shit is so
Volleyball's
fun to
actually very
watch.
fun to watch.
It
Even
can,
if
it
they
can be
were all
interesting. It can certainly be more interesting than baseball.
I really do like baseball.
Have you ever timed, for the amount of time that you're at the ballpark, the actual amount of time that a ball is in motion
Yes.
during baseball?
That's not the point. That's not why you're going to the baseball game.
I've
You're going
never
to-
timed that. Why would I time that?
I know someone who has, and the numbers weren't great.
Yeah, it's like an hour max. But that's not the point. What I'm saying
It's like-
is...
That sounds like a high
It's
max.
like
Every
12
game-
minutes.
Anyway, like, baseball is very much a... Like, there's a little bit of contact, but it's pretty far apart from each other, and
And
like,
the
whole
entire team.
teams are coming down with it.
Meanwhile, the NFL, people are literally crashing into each other for 60 minutes straight.
Well, for 20 seconds straight every
Still, that's enough.
2
But
or 3
even-
minutes or so.
Okay, even then, they're still in huddles for the rest of the time. Like,
Yes, I'm just
They
making
should
a
just
point
do
that
flag
football isn't a
football this
particularly
year.
fast game either.
You know it is.
Hockey.
Basketball.
I was going to say
Hockey's a
volleyball.
sport.
All of these are all true.
Greco-Roman wrestling. Now that's a sport.
Anyways, are we done with news?
Yeah, I am.
Can we stop? I picked up NBA 2K.
Is that the first game you want to talk about? For our actual
Well,
bulk of the podcast
sure.
part?
Yeah. My review, it's fine. I don't get it.
I refuse to
I am
weigh
not-
in any direction on this game.
I am not the target audience. I don't know how basketball works. I got fouled several times, and I still don't know what I did.
2K is ass.
I am not weighing in, but I have also played the game a little bit.
It is
That
a
is all.
game.
The story has Idris Elba in it
For like a second,
for like a second.
I thought he was going to be a much larger part.
All sports games are ass. I'm just addicted to them.
The voice acting's
I
not
like
great.
it's pretty terrible, but it's very charming as well. I'm just really into bad things. That being said, I
That's
did play
true.
it for like 2 hours straight, which is a long time for a game that I don't love. Because I do want to get better at it. I want to learn
I think
sports.
it might have even been longer than
Please don't tell me that.
I think it was a while.
If you want to get better at it, stop playing that fucking My Career shit where it gives you a fucking movie and you play like...
Because
My
it's-
Career is the baseball of sports video games.
that is
There is
true.
12 minutes of actual
I'm not arguing
gameplay.
that. I cannot argue with it.
Look, it is giving me a reason to keep playing because I don't care about anything but a story. So I named my character Segway. I named my character Jin Sakai.
I thought you were gonna say you named your character Segway. I was like, that's creative, but also why? Anyways, what was the real name?
Jin Sakai.
That's creative, but also why?
Because that's the main character of the next game we're going to talk about, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, okay.
Which also, she made him look just like that as well. But he doesn't sound just like that.
He does not.
Because there's only one voice actor for the player character.
You don't have to tell me about that.
So anyway, yeah, we can talk about Ghost.
I'm
going to step up for a second. Y'all keep talking.
What? No.
You're the one who... He's gone.
Alright, we'll wait till he comes back and then talk about it. Because also, I might clip this and use it for something else.
What could you possibly use it for? What are
my
you
YouTube channel,
okay.
youtube.com/dumpster_chat. Actually,
you should probably say it louder. The mic's over there.
You can't go directly to it with that link because you have to work really hard for a custom YouTube URL.
Why? I have one.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
No.
I don't think you do. You can have an account, but the URL will always just be numbers and garbage until you become like affiliated.
I also made it a long time ago, so I could be bored of it. No.
Hey Wes.
Is that you, Barney?
Howdy, partner.
Can you not do that?
You want to talk about this game?
Which game?
Which game?
Ghost of Tsushima.
I said to keep talking. Like I haven't played it.
Tsushima. And I'm pretty sure that's how they say it in the game.
Tsushima.
Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't listening. I don't skip.
They say it so many times.
I don't skip stories.
They say Tsushima.
They say Tsushima.
Anyway,
Tsushima.
I have also played it. That was my game for this week as well.
Here, move your camera over a bit. You can see my Japanese art.
Okay, maybe it's been a while since I've done a Channel 3 podcast. But
what?
Do we only do AR points now? What is this? What are we doing?
But we switched up the format a while back to everyone brings like a major thing that they played that week. Like we all shoot for playing something new, and then we talk about it. And then AR points is for like shows and little stuff.
I played 3 games that I can talk about. My favorite is Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay, so I also played that. I quite enjoy it. Let's talk about what you like about it, because I'm interested to see if it's at all similar to what I like about it.
I love it. It is, so far, at the very least tied with Persona 5 Royal, which is technically just a re-release for my favorite game of the year, but, like, I love Persona, so, like, that's pretty big praise coming from me. I really like a lot of things about it. It feels very Assassin's Creed-y, which is... That's this girl's jam, so...
I will say it does feel exactly like that.
Yeah.
But, okay, so the combat... I want to say it feels like that, but with better combat.
Yes, it is.
But I can't decide if I think the combat's actually better.
I think combat is better. I think... So the way I've been describing it to people, because my job is describing video games to people, and getting them to buy them, is that it's easy to understand but hard to master.
I disagree.
Well, because so much timing goes into it.
And I think I have an
combos.
issue with the parry timing specifically.
You just gotta get good. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to master.
I am good. I think there's still an issue with it. Maybe just an animation thing, but I think there's an issue with the parry timing. But that's my only real problem with the combat. But I still don't know if I
don't have an issue with it.
I don't know if I think it's better than Assassin's Creed combat.
I think that it's more rewarding than Assassin's Creed combat.
Maybe.
Because Assassin's Creed, like... talking about Odyssey specifically, The combat is much more complex than any other in the series, which is a good thing. And it feels very much like that, where you've got the parrying, you've got heavy attacks, quick attacks, but you don't have combos in Assassin's Creed. You do have some combos, and I think one of the things I like about the combat as well is that the different stances that you can use. So, like,
I like that.
I really like it, and it's very fluid once you really get it down.
Yeah, I don't like the way the bow handles, and I
don't love the way the bow handles, but
talk
it's more
about
realistic.
how much I like a good bow.
It's more realistic, so
Is it?
like, well, what do you not like about it?
It just feels clunky. Like I don't like, because I play most of my games on PC, I don't like acceleration with aim controls. I like for it to move at a constant rate, and I like that rate to be pretty fast. I have trouble getting on target, and then I feel like the draw on the bow is just a little slow.
Well, you can get skills to make it faster as well.
Yeah, and I'm going through that. But I don't like... It just feels a little sway, I guess would be the way to put it. Like, you remember how...
And if you hold it too long, it'll automatically shoot,
yeah, that's annoying too.
which can get annoying.
Yeah, that's blown my cover a few times.
And you can also turn on aim assist that's off automatically.
As it should be.
Yeah.
I do like... I like that the leaders are big and scary, but it's not like that thing video games do where they just have more health, and that's what makes them big and scary.
They're actually better at fighting.
They're better at fighting, and they have about the same health. Like, they might take 1 or 2 extra hits, but...
Their defenses are better.
Their defenses are better, but they're visibly better. Like, they block better.
Yes.
So, yeah, I do like that.
I do love how, that's one thing I really like, is the complexity of the combat. It's not too much, so it's overwhelming, but it's not so simplistic that you just, like, once you get it down, it's like, oh, okay. Because I feel like I'm always improving. Like, every battle I'm improving.
Yeah,
I
do
also
feel
have some
like...
big rose-colored glasses with this game. I really love it. And then, I got the collector's edition, so I did pay a little too much to not love it so much, but I knew I was gonna like it, and it's more than I was hoping for. Like, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, I just picked it up on day one on a whim because I really like the studio. I like their other stuff.
Yeah, I like Sucker Punch. They made it Infamous.
Yes, and that's one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah. Second Son is one of my favorite exclusives.
Mm-hmm. I still like the game. I loved the...
That was my first PlayStation exclusive
mechanic.
on PS4. Yeah, it was the game that I bought with my PlayStation. So, like, starting this generation with a Sucker Punch game and ending it with a Sucker Punch game is pretty cool. For me.
The story is pretty...
cheesy!
Colored by numbers? Yeah.
But I like it.
I
think it's cute.
I don't love the... Okay, I do love the stealth, and I don't.
Gummy bear.
I love the stealth because if you pick a fight with a group of people in tall grass and stay crouched the whole time, they can never see you.
It's pretty nice.
So dumb.
I do like that, though, because I get overwhelmed. I bite off more than I can chew so many times, and then I realize I'm like, oh, they didn't see me.
Well, I picked a fight with, like, an entire kind of base, and just one by one, they kept coming out to the grass to look for me, and I kept assassinating them. And then the next person would see me get up and assassinate them and come out there, but I'd be crouched by the time they got there. It was weird, and I did the assassination so many times that the ghost of my uncle came to yell at me.
Hey, I'm not there yet!
If you assassinate enough people in a row, you just get like a dream.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hey, don't do that.
It's a ghost. It's a flashback.
Yes, it's not a ghost.
Okay.
I don't think...
Well, I don't think want you to do that.
The rest of the story.
Do what?
The chapter 1 is called Saving your uncle.
Right.
So
Act
I
1. I'm still
assume-
in Act 1.
Yeah, me too. I assume
Okay.
Act 1
So
ends
there's no
pleasantly.
spoilers because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I've played a lot of it, but I do a lot of messing around.
So much exploring. I love the exploration.
Okay, so the other thing, and I think this is going to be a big deal for next gen,
My socks don't match.
is the way that you are guided to waypoints in this game is very creative.
Yes.
It's called the guiding wind. It's just the wind. And when you select a waypoint on the map, the wind blows in that direction, and if you get lost, you can swipe the touchpad.
It uses the touchpad as well.
Yeah.
Which is, in the way that it uses it, I've only seen in...
Sucker Punch.
And Gravity Rush. But
Yeah, Gravity
nobody's
Rush
played Gravity
and
Rush.
Sucker Punch games.
Yeah, so... Because I think that's one thing that, like, just, it was a really big missed opportunity on a lot of games.
Well, and it's because they make exclusives. So,
no, right,
they
but,
can
like,
do that.
even a bunch of exclusives didn't use it. So,
True.
which I think it should be used more because it's very complex. Like, you can, like, it's very sensitive, a lot more sensitive than you might think, so I think that more games should use it, but that's my 2 cents.
But yeah, so you can call for the wind to blow and show you what direction you're supposed to be heading, but there's no visible map markers, there's no mini-map.
Which can get annoying at times.
I like it.
I like it. I just, like, every now and then I'm trying to find something specific on the map, and I just get turned around. Like, there's one mission where you're supposed to follow a bunch of flowers, and so I got to the top of a mountain, I see where I'm supposed to go, and I started to go that way, and I got completely turned around. And so I had to climb up the mountain, look again, okay, and then go back down, and I got lost again. So that, like, just instances like that get a little bit annoying. But
Yeah.
I also didn't put my wind over there, because I was like, that's fine, I know where I'm going. But that's why I do wish we had, like, a compass. Like, just a compass. But
I don't know.
and I also understand why we wouldn't. So that's just, like, one of my only complaints about it. Also, I can't pet the horse on command.
That's true, but you can pet
Foxes. Only sometimes they keep disappearing. After I honor an Inari Shrine, sometimes they just disappear and I don't get to pet them, and that's pretty upsetting.
I do like the way that it does all the little power-ups with the shrines, and even the headbands, doing haikus for headbands is interesting.
I think that the like, well, and then collecting the crickets so you can change the weather is kind of cool.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of, like, really interesting details that change the game in very subtle ways, but still, like, enough that it feels very, like, personal.
Yeah.
Because the journey is a very personal journey. It's very, like, colored by numbers, but it still feels, I don't know. It feels, I love it. It's really charming, I'll say.
Yeah.
I'm also just, like, I love Japanese art and culture, especially, like, ancient culture. Not ancient, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, but it's set in 11th or 13th, I've heard both, centuries, feudal Japan, which is just incredibly interesting. It's, you're playing a samurai. So,
It would have been, what, like 30 years after Genghis Khan?
Give or take. Well, he's the
grandson of Genghis
the main
Khan.
baddie is the grandson of Genghis.
Which, so is, like, a ton of people. But...
There is that.
A grandson of Genghis.
He's a
Not
grandson.
the grandson.
The grandson.
I
But
want some Genghis grill. Thanks, guys.
me too.
Ooh,
There isn't one
that sounds
down
good.
here.
There's the
That sounds-
nearest one to me is like half an hour away, I think.
That's not bad.
Is it our way or
No. It's
The other way.
north?
west? West.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not north.
But
I was gonna
yeah.
say, if it's south, then we should just meet up at a Genghis grill because I need some.
I mean,
Overall,
there's probably one in between us.
probably. Actually, I think there definitely is.
I don't know.
Overall, I'd go probably 8 out of 10 on this game.
I'm going 9 out of 10. There's a lot of like little things that are kind of annoying sometimes. And one thing with like not having a compass is sometimes you get lost and you just go circling around in an area that you're supposed to be looking for something. The investigations can get kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But like, and the side missions can get repetitive. But like I said earlier, like every combat encounter I have, I feel like I'm improving. So I don't mind doing those quests so much. And they're all like, you're learning about the people that you're protecting and the people that you're saving. It makes it, again, more personal.
The story is very standard, but good.
It's very Kurosawa.
Yeah, which they have a Kurosawa mode.
Oh god, it's so good. So the Kurosawa mode is obviously the director, the Japanese director, and it's black and white Japanese voice acting with English subtitles. And it makes it a lot harder.
It's not even just black and white. It's like a stuttery, film grained.
It's really cool. It does make it more difficult because some of the prompts for the battle mechanics are in color. So red means you can't parry it, you have to dodge it. Blue means you can parry it, and then any other move is just like you can block it, whatever. And then in the Kurosawa mode, I tried to do a mission in it, and I'm not very good.
Yeah.
I'll say.
It makes it a little harder.
It makes it a lot harder, in my humble opinion. But,
I think
I'm gonna do my second playthrough on Kurosawa mode.
I don't care for the way that walking around feels. Like, I like the environment. I don't think the...
Traversing is not quite Assassin's Creed-y. It's very linear. When you climb things, but at the same time...
And sometimes there's a ledge you have to step down to, and he steps just a little too far.
You also die super
which
easy
is
from
built
falling.
in. Yeah. Fall damage is really high. And you just end up...
There is like a skill you can learn so you can roll when you land.
That would be good.
It's pretty satisfying once you get it down. Another thing I like, so we touched on it, but the animals, so nature really guides you. So there's the wind, there are foxes that lead you to shrines, there are golden birds that will lead you to side missions, or collectibles.
Pools.
Or, you see Jin's butt a lot. You do see Jin's butt a lot. Which is just such a odd choice in my opinion, because it's very intentional. Like every time you go into a hot springs, that'll increase your maximum health, but you see Jin's butt.
It's not unrealistic.
It's not unrealistic, but my issue is I stream this game a lot, and I'm gonna get banned. But like that's fine. And then there's the haikus that you can make that.
Just
like
write an API where every single time that the screen sees his butt.
Oh, I've got a sensor bar.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Do you have to put that up manually?
Yeah.
That's why I was going to say write an API to do that.
You know I can't do that. You know I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know what it means, but that doesn't mean that I can't do it.
Okay. Well, I mean, because right now I'm on his Wi-Fi. So I can actually use the remote Streamlabs. What's it called?
The remote Stream Deck?
Stream Deck. So that's what I was doing yesterday, because right now I'm on one monitor, I'm usually on two, so I can have my game and my Streamlabs. But I can just hit that button, the butt sensor pops up. Which I also need that for Witcher, because that's why I won't stream Witcher, is because I don't know when boobs are going to pop out. And I just get nervous.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh Valley of Plant. Have y'all seen the Netflix original yet?
You know, I haven't seen
Parts of
anything.
It doesn't make any sense.
I liked it.
It was well done, it just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it made sense to me.
I didn't get it.
Okay, then you're just stupid. That's it.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
That's just it.
I'm not ready to dismiss.
I'm just kidding. No, I mean, I had to watch it a second time through to really pick up on what was going on, but it all starts to make sense. Anyways.
It only took 20 hours.
Also, fashion slaps. in this game. Like, it's just, like, I love Japanese fashion.
What does fashion do in that game?
Looks nice.
Damn it.
So, well, you have different...
Slaps.
So, the different armor sets that you have do different things. So one that you get right away is the Traveler's Garment, and then it vibrates whenever you're close to something, like a collectible. Which the collectibles, they usually get you something, so it's not just like collecting them all. It's actually, you either learn about the environment or you are gaining things so you can upgrade whatever. So it vibrates when you're so close to it, your controller does. There's another one that I use a lot, the Ronin attire, that it increases your melee damage, which is your sword, which is your main. You use that. Your sword and your Tonto, is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah. Your tiny baby sword. That's the horse from that movie.
Well, no, yeah. Tonto is the guy that's with the Lone Ranger.
I don't know. But, I mean, that's what I was trying to say, but I haven't seen it.
Well, it was a TV show. Should watch. Well, no, you shouldn't. It's not very good. But...
Isn't Johnny Depp in one of them?
He's in the movie, which was also not very good.
Anyway, so there's that you can, like the different armor sets do different things, which is cool. They give you different, I mean, it's like most games, most RPGs where you're, like, whatever you're wearing, it helps you in one way or another. I will say one thing I do really like about it as well is you can switch everything really quickly. So if you are in your Traveler's Garments, you're coming across a group of Mongols, you can change right there, get that extra melee damage. And then you can also, the stances, you just hold R2 to switch it. So in battle, like the stances I have right now are for sword users and shield users. So I'll go from fighting this guy with a sword. Okay, I've staggered him for a second. Let me just switch over to the shield, knock his shield out, get him staggered, get him out of the way. This guy's coming at me again, just switching it over. Like, it's so fluid. Just really, really satisfying. And it's so pretty.
It is very pretty. Although, I was running through one of the denser forest areas, and I was amazed at how I wasn't running into any trees. And it's because most of the trees don't have hitboxes. So you can just walk through most of the trees in the denser
I will
areas.
say it isn't perfect. Also, sometimes, so the loading screens are also really quick. I don't know if you
they're pretty quick.
They're like, I don't get to read any of the tips or anything. It just loads really fast. But also, the environment loads pretty quickly, but the actions don't always. So sometimes I'll come across a group of Mongols that are just like standing there, and then I'll get close enough, and like if they're on horseback, they'll start riding, and everyone else will start walking, which is kind of goofy. I think it's kind of charming. It also does break that immersion a little bit.
It does a lot of hidden loading screens as well. That I guess I like those, but they kind of break some of the stuff you're doing sometimes.
I guess I don't notice it.
Like anytime you have to crawl between narrow rocks.
Oh, okay.
It's usually loading something in the background, and that's why you have to do that. That's what God of War did. All the elevators and crawl-throughs were loading screens, basically.
I like it, though. And
I like it, but it kind of breaks the flow of whatever I'm doing when I have to do it. And there's only been a couple that I've noticed, but like a couple of shrines where I had to get through some areas.
Can I interrupt for some news real quick?
Yes.
Phil Spencer, if you don't know who he is, he's the head of Xbox. He says that another Series X event is likely to happen in August, where they focus on backwards compatibility and possibly announcing a price and release date.
Interesting. I wish Sony would focus on backwards compatibility.
Well, they've said that PS4 will play for sure on PS5.
They said
most games.
At least the top 100.
And they've also said it's going to be at least 1,400 on launch. So...
At least 1,400 games?
That's what I've heard.
I thought you were talking about dollars. I was like...
No.
Oh, man.
And I know that Sony has said that they're going to have another event in August. Ubisoft's going to have another event later this year. E3 not happening is really making this console launch interesting.
E3 was doomed, and it's time for it to die.
Yes, I think so, especially once Sony really pulled out. Like, I don't think that was the nail in the coffin, but it might as well have been. But it was nice to have just one event, like 1 week of just like news. That was really fun, especially like the Xbox One, PS4. Like I loved watching those presentations at E3, but I understand that they like why they're deciding not to, because they're still getting those views that they would have gotten otherwise, and now we're only talking about them instead of whatever else. But,
and they might be getting more views just because it's a smaller event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't checked the views, so I didn't want to speak on that, but yeah.
I said might.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. But anyway, Ghost of Tsushima, it's definitely a contender for Game of the Year. If this came out last year, it'd be hands down Game of the Year, no questions. But
Yeah, I
last
don't
year
even
was,
remember it last year.
we got Outer
Wasn't it?
Worlds and Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, we gave Star Wars Game of the Year last year.
Yeah, and Fire Emblem was very good as well. And that's it.
And I haven't played it.
Yeah, I don't think you'd like it.
Anyway, I don't know if this will be my Game of the Year, but we'll see. Could be.
This is definitely a
pretty good.
contender. I know that Cyberpunk's coming out this year, supposedly.
Yeah, that'll probably be my Game of the Year.
So I'm excited for that one. But
I pray to God that game is not a letdown after all of this hype leading up to it.
it can't be.
There's no
it's
no
CD
way. it
Projekt
can be.
Red.
Yeah.
Or
They're
how they
very
say it,
good.
Project Red. I heard someone say it like that the other day, and I was like, I don't know.
It's because of their native language, or native dialect. Or maybe it's a speech impediment. I'm not sure. I don't know why I chose to speak on it. What about any other games? Oh, I have started playing Civilization 6. A little late to the game there. Game. It's an actual game. I really like it. I didn't... Oh, yeah. You haven't played that yet, have you?
Yes, I have. I played it on stream last night, which you missed. It's fine.
Oh. Well, I played it in 2005.
I did too, and I should not have. I'll say that. I was too young. Because I'm playing this now, and I'm like, oh.
I really don't remember it being that bad.
I remember a few innuendos. I was in the middle of saying something.
Yeah, and I didn't interrupt you. I just held this up so I'd remember to speak on it. Civ 6.
Very fun. I am not great at it, but it looks really good. It runs really well on PC. I wouldn't want to pick it up on anything else, and I hear it's riddled with issues on other things.
I came upstairs the other night to set up my PC, and he was like, who did you say was, like, Maldives or were mad at you or something?
It's Mali.
Molly. And I was
Yes.
like, who is that? And he was like, the country.
Masa Musa
and
is
then
not
he just
happy
shut
with
down-
me.
And then he shut down the game. He's like, I don't have the energy for this. I'm
He
not doing it
declared-
right now.
Well, okay, so he declared war on Shaka Zulu. The Zulu people I'm very friendly with. And so they asked me to join their war, and I agreed to because I am not on the same continent as any of them, so I didn't care. Anyway, I had just moved my settler and a lot of my troops to a new continent to start settling, and that's on the right side of my continent. And then I go back to mine, and from the left side, I see just an entire swarm of Mali troops coming in. Like, the entire coast of my continent is surrounded right now. It's not good. So I just logged out of the game. And that's where that was left. There's no way I'm winning that fight. I hope Shaka comes and saves me. Anyway, yeah, really, really like that one. That's the main two things I've been playing this week. I also played a little 2K20. It's fine. Destroy All Humans.
It is okay.
I haven't played the new one. I played the original one.
I played the original, and this plays how I remember the original. The thing is, I was 8 when it came out.
I don't remember how old I would have been. Probably
Well, because it came out in 2005.
14.
Just some quick math.
I was
8.
9.
You were what?
9.
Ooh, old man.
I guess I would have been like 12.
Old man.
Anyway.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yep. That's about it.
What a riveting review.
I think that maybe I would because I streamed it, and I did not like playing it on stream. It's very
Silly?
It's very 2005 humor.
Oh, yeah.
Which isn't funny
Correct.
anymore. So there's just some issues with that. And then the gameplay is just kind of clunky. They updated it to fit it to be more modern, and they updated it it looks like how I remember it instead of it being I've seen gameplay of the original. It looks like garbage, but it's 2005. It's fine. I would recommend it if you really loved the original. It's worth it for the nostalgia. I think I'll pick it up again. I'll play it again, but
yeah, I'd like
it was
to try
only
it.
it was $30. It's not a full price game, and I think that's why why I didn't try to return it, because I would have been pretty upset had I paid $60 for it. Because it's fine. It's good for just mindless goofing on. It's just a lot of it's fine. I've grown up a lot since I played it, and I can really feel it, I guess, is one way I'll say it. And games nowadays also, it's like in Ghost of Tsushima, I'm protecting an entire island, and in this one it's alright, well, we got what we came for. Go ahead and just kill everybody. And so it's very much not what I'm used to in games anymore, but I think I might just be a big baby.
This was back in the Grand Theft Auto prime, so...
Yeah, it feels very much like that, and I just don't love that, but...
I do, and I would like to try it, so I will probably try it this week.
Good thing y'all live together.
We do! I also still have my PS2 copy, but I lost all my PS2 cable. So.
That's a tragedy.
It is. I'm going to have to buy some new ones, because I want to play a different game.
I also picked up Paper Mario, the Origami King. It's pretty cute. I like it. That
Y'all
one
be
was
playing hella games.
Dude, I
have maybe played
Honestly,
games for a total of 5 hours in the last 2 weeks.
I've played a lot of games. It's my day. I was supposed to be in Chicago and moving this week. I moved out early, and obviously Chicago didn't work out. So I had today, tomorrow, and Friday off. And Monday. So, I've been
working 40 hours a week in the middle of every day. So...
And I have been sitting in here watching him go,
Yep.
That's the noise he makes. He goes, and then I ask what's wrong, and he goes, it's confidential.
Yeah. So...
But Paper Mario is good. I think it's worth picking up.
I guess I've been I played some more Animal Crossing as well.
Oh, I've also been playing Animal Crossing. I've been doing nothing but playing games, because I'm sorry.
It's still fun.
I think it's going to be a great game to pick up in about a year.
I don't know that I'll ever think it's a great game to pick up.
I'm the one with the Animal Crossing Switch.
Yeah.
So, this is my Lite, because my Switch broke, but I think I fixed it. But I have my Animal Crossing case for both of them. I have it for my Lite and my full size. So I'm not the audience to ask. I will say yes, it's good. I enjoy it. And that's that.
Anyway, Wes, what have you been up to?
Just some Halo.
A lot of Halo. And Call of Duty. We played Hyperscape for a day.
No,
yeah, you've been playing Warzone.
Yeah. I mean, you know how I am. I'm always into the most recent competitive game that comes out. And
That's not exactly accurate, because you never got into Overwatch with me.
That's because it was recent when I was in high school. Anyways.
That's not
true. It's
accurate.
2016.
Alright, let me make things up, okay?
Because I graduated high school before it came out.
We knew each other.
We didn't know each other in 2016, did we?
It seems like we probably did.
We knew of each other, but we didn't start hanging out until summer 2017. Anyways,
It counts.
Anyways, but no, I mean, it's just how I am. Anyway, so, Warzone, I've been playing a bunch of that. I actually have slowed down on it. And I don't want to trash on my friends, but it's just because I feel like I'm carrying the team every single game.
And yet you are so excited to teach me, who is not good, so...
Oh, if y'all are going to get on and play, I'll get on. I don't have it downloaded, but...
I have it on my... Ooh, that reminds me, I need to update it on my PlayStation. So I paused the download a week ago.
Yeah, if y'all are getting on, I will definitely get on, because I have to see that. So,
What does that mean?
Nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Battle Royale, but, like, I really liked Blackout. I thought that was probably the best version of it at the time.
See, the thing is,
So
I didn't really get into Blackout, but it's a lot like Warzone. But I think that Warzone kind of expanded on it and just kind of refined it, you know?
yeah,
And now I think
that
Warzone is the best like iteration of Battle Royale so far. Now,
I would bet that I agree, but I haven't tried it yet.
I've watched Wes play it a lot.
My other favorite
my
one
experience.
was Darwin Project, and that was just because
Darwin Project was fun.
Yeah. So, but if I'm playing a shooter, I probably want it to be Call of Duty.
And as far as Hyperscape goes, one cool thing that we forgot to mention to you, Tanner, I don't know if you've heard about it, but if you're streaming it, then you can put an extension on your stream, and the viewers can like vote on what happens in the game, like where the map goes or like where drops happen and stuff.
And also, your internet has to be good enough to do both, which mine was not. So I'm gonna hope we can try again, and hope and pray that it won't kick me out, because nothing was lagging in it. It would just kick me out and said your internet's too slow, and I was like, that's not true. I'm playing.
The thing is, I was so bad at the game that I was like, good thing I'm playing this on like the first day that it comes out so that I can gradually get better with everyone else. But now I haven't played it since then.
Yeah, and everyone
That was
so
what happened
already.
with me and Apex.
I want to play Apex.
So I played day one, and I was like, this is fun. I'll keep playing this, and I didn't, and now I'm scared to go back.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
All right.
I wasn't a big fan of Apex. I was decent at it. Like, I mean...
I like the aesthetic of Apex, so I think I might like it. And
That's
I like the Hyperscape aesthetic is fine, but it's Ubisoft, so I have to like it legally. Don't roll your eyes at me.
I didn't. I just squinted them and like looked up and then right and then down and
right
left.
And then down left.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think that Hyperscape is cool in a sense that you can basically climb any building just by jumping a ton of times, and then
Classic.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's hard to get down and hard to understand if you don't know Battle Royales, but I think that's all Battle Royales now.
Yeah.
They're expecting you to have a base knowledge that I just don't have.
Yep.
But they're they're all a little bit different, and so you have to figure out what is a little bit different about this one, and then by the time that you figure it out, everyone else has already mastered it, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But anyways, aside from Warzone, I mean, and I say this non-ironically, I have been doing a Halo playthrough on stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
I started with Halo Wars, which I'd never played before. So, the thing about this playthrough is I'm gonna go ahead and play the games that I was never interested in, just to get, like, some more backstory on the universe. So I played Halo Wars. I've played Reach, Combat Evolved 2, 3, ODST, 4, and that's it. I think those are all the ones that I've played. So the new ones are Halo Wars 2, Halo Spartan Assault, and Halo 5. So those will all be brand new to me.
Nice.
Which I'm excited about. It's not often that I get to play a brand new Halo game.
I've been doing that with... I ended up with free copies of every Fallout game.
Nice.
So I've been doing... going back through those.
Which ones have you not played?
When 4 came out, I had only played an hour or so of 3 and then 4 because I spent a year trying to get 3 to work, and it would show me the title screen and then crash, and I wrote in help tickets and I did all kinds of stuff, and eventually one day after 4 came out, it just started working. So
dude, that makes me sad.
Yeah, right?
Because I think that 3 is still the greatest Fallout game. That's just me personally, though.
Everyone hates on 4, but I think it was actually very fun because it was the first one that I played. But going back and playing 3, I get how the story's way better and the characters are way better. But it's so hard, like, the actual minute-to-minute action is so old that it's hard to do. Same thing with New Vegas, which I'm really enjoying. I hadn't played through that one because the entire story had already been laid out. So I just didn't feel like playing it. But I am now, and I'm really enjoying that one. And then I want to go through and play the older ones, 1 and 2, because I haven't done the isometric old school Fallout games yet.
Yeah, me neither. I've only done 3 in New Vegas, and I didn't even finish New Vegas. But
it's been told to me, but I'm excited to do it nonetheless. I like Chandler, so.
And then, I also played Grounded today, so I can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, tell me what that is.
So, I think you're going to like it just because you like the survival type games where you get to, like, craft and build a base and whatnot.
Yeah.
That sounds like a nightmare.
I generally do. I like Raft.
So, the thing about Grounded is, no pun intended, they laid out a great ground floor for it.
That was pun intended. Come on.
Yeah, it was pun intended.
I
was going to say base, but, I had to do it to him. Anyways, so, it's really simple right now. There's only one thing that I haven't figured out how to do after like 2 or 3 hours of playing. But I can see where they can build from here.
Yeah.
So I think starting out, like, it'll get kind of old kind of fast. However, I'm excited to see what they're able to do with it. Because there's a lot of things that with like a lot of questions left, and it seems like there's a whole ton of ways that they can go with this.
Yeah, it seems interesting.
Like I said, I finished the story, I finished the basic. It's the prologue.
Does it have a crossplay with PC?
I don't know. Probably with Xbox Play Anywhere.
If it does, I'll hop on.
Are you a shill for them?
What?
Yes, he is.
Are you a shill for them, I said?
Yeah. That's his whole thing.
I mean, Assassin's Creed is my background on my phone right now, so I get it.
Mine's just generic vaporwave.
That fits.
Anyway, do we want to do AR points?
What does that mean? I'm new here.
You're not new here.
I've only done it twice.
Wes, do you want to take the lead on AR points?
So, before the format change, it was just whatever you've done this week. So, like, if you've read a book, if you've watched a movie, if you've played a game, then you talk about it. But clearly we should take the game out of that.
Well, if you have like a little mobile game or like an indie game that you didn't have 20 minutes worth of stuff to say about,
Paper
something
Mario.
like that,
It's good.
then that goes in there.
And
Also,
then
we have a separate podcast for movies now. So
Which I still haven't finished
editing the second episode from 3 weeks ago.
Look, I think it's been longer.
Tanner,
to be
you're
honest.
ruining our greatest idea ever, which is AR points.
AR points is our greatest idea ever. And then at the end, you get a number of points, and they go towards your total.
Very arbitrary number of points.
It's pretty arbitrary.
I don't think I've ever gotten an AR point.
I think I got the only 10, but people have gone higher than that.
It's because J-Mac was like,
J-Mac came
I'll
in
give
again, everyone
that a
said
10,
he
bro.
was so happy.
It was like,
so, yeah.
we were always like, I don't know, dude, that's kind of shitty. How about a 4? And like, J-Mac comes in, he's like, 10 for you, 10 for you, 10 for you.
So who wants to go first?
Shit, I don't have much. I started Cursed on Netflix.
Is that any good?
Let me finish. I'm really interested in like Arthurian legend and Camelot and all of that shit. So like,
You would be.
leave me alone. Leave me alone.
It's Arthur.
That has nothing to do with. It's kind of cool, but that has nothing to do with it.
Sure.
So I was really interested to start that, and
Right.
I did think it was good. But I've had a really hard time paying attention to anything on a TV lately. Like, I think it has to do with the fact that I stare at a screen all day for work, so whenever I get home, like, and I turn something on, no, I'm home all the time. I don't know why
Just
I said whenever I get home.
Move your chair.
Yeah,
It's hard.
whenever I close my laptop, it's like,
I'm relating to Wes really hard right now.
it's like, if I'm not constantly stimulating my brain, aka like Warzone, like, then it's hard for me to pay attention. Which is why I think with Grounded, I lost interest after like the first hour, then I just kept forcing it for the stream. Because it wasn't as stimulating, it was more like, it was fun in like a Minecraft sense where you just keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah.
But it was hard for me, and like, I can't pay attention to a story game right now. Even like Halo Reach, it's one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm having such a hard time playing through it just because I don't know, it's not as fast rewarding, I guess. I think I just have ADHD while I'm working at home.
Yes.
So
Is that all you got?
Cursed, I think it is good. I'm like,
okay.
After 2 weeks, I'm only 2 episodes in, and I'm only halfway done with the second episode. So,
Okay.
first impression is, I like it, but it's hard for me to
Interesting.
pay attention.
What's your plan?
If you like Arthurian legend, you should check out The Librarians.
I knew you were going to say
on
that. That
Netflix.
show is so...
It's super cheesy, but
It's very horny.
It sounds
no,
familiar.
that's The Magicians.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
The Magicians is super horny.
That show,
Yeah.
I just don't like that show.
I was
The
like-
Librarians.
I got really
Yeah.
into The Magicians for like most of the first season, but
Oh,
towards
I
the
just
end of
finished season 4. Man, you gotta watch season 4.
I tried really hard. For
I
you
can't-
guys.
I can't make it past season 1, dude. Like,
It tones it down after season 1. Season 1 is a little.
no, season 2. Okay, wait, no, I remember now. I got into season 2 and it got more horny, and I was just like,
I don't
what the
remember that.
fuck?
I don't remember that.
It did. Once they like bottled up their emotions for that
was
whatever.
season 1.
I thought it was season 2.
Maybe that was season 1. I don't know.
That was the end of season 1.
I tried really hard to stay into it. I think I got to the second season and I just hated it.
They only do that once. And I know what you're talking about, and they only do it once.
So many times with that, it was just all so dumb. I didn't
Anyway,
like it.
The Librarians is a Doctor Who knockoff.
Yes. It's like Warehouse 13. But
Yeah, kind of like Warehouse 13.
super cheesy. I've only seen part of an episode.
It's very cheesy. There was someone on there who has an accent that will surprise you when you hear it. And
What?
they do a lot of... Like, one of the first scenes is you see the librarian, sparring with just a sentient sword, and it is Excalibur. And he's just practicing sword fighting with Excalibur. He calls it Cal. And they just have a lot of references. There's also one later on that I don't want to spoil, unless no one's going to watch it, and then I'll
probably watch it.
Then I won't. But it comes up later on. You figure out something about someone. That's all I'll say. Anyway, 3. Like I said. Do you want to give Wes a score?
You gave me a 3?
So I'll give him a
Watch
5.
1.5 episodes of a TV show.
And he also played a new game.
Yeah, but we talked about the game in the show.
Yeah, I probably
so
can't talk about the game.
Oh, okay. Then I'll give you a 4.
So 3.5.
I also...
The average of 3 and 4.
Hey, wait. But I also edited like a whole stream intro and have upped the production of my stream a lot.
That was good. I will give you a 4.
I'll give you a 5.
Cool. I average out at 4.5. We'll round up to 5.
Well, dang it, I mentioned all my games. And we have the same shows.
That's true, so I'll go first. Now, we have some different shows. Like, I watched all of Community for the first time.
And I finished Community for the second time.
I had seen bits and pieces of it, but I never just sat down and watched the whole thing in order. So this week, I watched all of Community, and now I've seen almost all of The Good Place as well. Community was great. The Good Place is okay. Pretty good. It's pretty good. I like Ted Danson.
It goes off the rails so many times.
It does.
Which I don't
way
love,
off the rails.
But
I have also, let me think. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of just YouTube series about science.
You?
Yeah, me. So it turns out vaccines still work and the Earth still isn't flat.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, that doesn't sound
I
right.
gotta go update my Facebook.
And that's pretty much it. Oh, I've been making a game. It's basically done, although I can't get the high score to work properly. But the other issue I have is that I want to play test it on my iPhone, and you can't export from a PC to Apple for play testing, and I can't move it from my PC to my Mac and get it to work. So something has to give there, and I'm still working on that. But once I figure that out, I will probably be publishing my first game. It's just a really small Flappy Bird style mobile game.
Nice.
With a vaporwave aesthetic.
I'll play it.
Sweet, thanks.
I will because I'm living in his home. And he can kick me to the curb.
I wouldn't, but I could.
Yeah.
It's the implication.
Right. Still.
That's an Always Sunny reference. Oh, I started the new season of Always Sunny as well. Oh, man! And I watched, I don't know if we talked about it on the last episode, but I watched that Apple TV exclusive by the Always Sunny guys where they own a game studio.
You told me to watch it.
Elsewhere.
But I don't have
so
Apple
Mythic
TV.
Quest, very, very funny. I love that show. And I also watched...
and it's Ubisoft, so I'm in.
I watched Home by Dark, which is an Apple TV exclusive about a little girl who wants to be a reporter. And, well, she is a reporter.
How
Let's
little?
be real. A and it's very good. Highly recommend Home by Dark. But that is about it.
6.
6? Okay.
5.
Are you trying to lower my score? Because
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. What do you have?
Well, I watched most of The Good Place because I sit in his office and
Unoriginal 1. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I sit in his office and I try to watch things on my computer, but then I keep giggling at the TV, so I just take off my headset and sit towards the TV. I have played so many games this week, but I talked about every because I didn't know this was a thing.
We will
So
take into account the games that you mentioned.
Okay, so that's NBA, Paper Mario, Destroy All Humans,
With a weight
Ghost
of
of
0.5.
Tsushima. Do what?
So with a weight of 0.5. This is now weighted differently.
Okay. Animal Crossing. I'm thinking of picking up Baba Is You.
I love that game.
I know you do. A lot of people do.
It's incredibly frustrating.
Oh,
Yes.
Cuphead's going to PS4 like yesterday.
Yeah,
literally
I saw that.
yesterday.
Sorry, keep going.
No, you're good.
You're not the one he interrupted.
I'm the moderator here.
What, like the host?
We're not getting back into this, Wes. Do whatever you want. You're not going to drive here and say anything about it. But if you do, you're welcome to stay here and work from home.
Sleepover! We can all get in our pajamas and watch movies. I can paint your nails.
And you can see how miserable I am when I'm working.
I live it. So I get it.
And I'll just be here. What was that bicycle game I played earlier?
Yep.
Lonely something.
Island.
It's actually a phone game. It's some Xbox exclusive.
On Game Pass. It
On
made
Game
me very
Pass.
angry. It's supposed to be relaxing. It just made me mad.
It's a downhill bicycling game. It's isometric, and the controls don't always line up with what you think they should.
They sure don't.
They sure don't.
It can be very frustrating. Like, whatever direction the bike is facing, left is still left. So if you're coming this way...
Well, I tried to do the other option, because you can
There's
also do
another
this.
option?
Yeah. That was terrible.
I played so much of that game.
Yeah, so you can do it based on the direction you're looking, but it's actually harder.
I might have to get back into that game and try it with the other option.
Oh, I ordered a new chair. I'm waiting for it to come
Nice.
in.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, is that it? Because...
No, this is the one that I've had since like high school. You can't really see the bottom, but the bottom is super shitty now, like because I've sat in it for like 10 years.
Nice.
Hang on, let me pull up my orders on Amazon. I'll show you the chair.
Okay.
And I also met a new cat this week.
Do you have a burn mark in your microphone?
No, that is queso that I tried to scratch out.
Very good.
Very on brand.
So I would give Emily we'll give her a 5.
What
I'll
did
take that.
what did I give you, Tanner?
6.
I'll give her a 7.
I figured you would. I gave her a 5 because I gave you a 4. So she wins AR points this episode, I guess. We've never done that before, but why not?
I win.
Anything
What did
else
I win?
before we leave?
I'm like 80% sure that this chair that I ordered doesn't exist on Amazon anymore.
Wait, what?
I said I'm like 80% sure that this chair that I ordered doesn't exist on Amazon anymore.
Sick. I hope you get it.
I mean, it says it's shipped, and it's just not out for delivery. Oh well, I hope I get it too. Well, I don't think I can show you a picture.
All right.
kind
Well,
of.
let's go
It's
ahead
very-
and-
It's kind of blurry because I had to zoom way in, but
Oh, that's a chair.
Yeah.
Nice. A
For
chair.
sure.
It's blurry.
Let's go ahead and call it an episode, because it's getting hot in here.
It is.
It's getting hot in here.
I wonder if the sun's getting closer to the Earth.
I think it's just because I might have forgot to lock my back door, and sometimes it cracks open if I don't lock it.
That's such a...
Well, that's not
Right
ideal.
there.
So I guess
I live on the 3rd floor. Are people gonna fucking climb up and come through my back door?
look, man, maybe.
No.
That's why they're coming to you, because you won't expect it.
That said, it is illegal to set booby traps, so don't do that.
What about standing your ground?
Yeah, it doesn't count for booby traps, apparently.
What's the point then?
I don't know, but Kevin McAllister's going to prison. That's all I know.
Poor guy.
He deserves it. He's a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah, he
We
enjoyed
all
that.
know it. I'm Tanner. You can
You're
find
still
me
Tanner.
at... I am still Tanner. That's this show. You can find me at twitch.tv/dumpster_Jedi.
Yeah. No, wait. Yes.
Just
Yes.
point down.
Find me at that. That's pretty much it. I get on Twitter sometimes. I don't remember my Twitter handle.
I'm Wesley. I'm still Tanner.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. It's because Still Tanner was taken for some reason. Anyway, go ahead. Do your thing.
All right. I'm Emily. You can find me there, or if you're looking on this screen, you gotta go further down. You can find me everywhere at Ninja Squirrel, NJASQRL. I stream a lot, especially right now because I'm supposed to be on vacation, and I'm not. So I have a lot more free time than I thought I would. And I was also supposed to move this week, but I already did. I already done did that.
I already done did that.
Yeah.
Long neck, ice cold beer never broke my heart.
You sent me that video today, and I just...
That's the only country song that I've ever, thoroughly enjoyed.
I have created a playlist called Actually Good Country-ish Music, and I will send it to you.
3 songs long.
It's actually pretty long.
I thought you were going to say it's actually pretty good.
No, it is. It's a good playlist. Here, I'll play us out.
Anyways,
No, I can't do that.
Emily was supposed to move this week,
Yeah,
but
and now I'm not.
so
I have
she's
more-
streaming.
'cause I have the time off work, but I will be moving again in a couple weeks, which is going to be a nightmare. Yeah, you can find me those places. I've been tweeting my feelings a lot on Twitter, which maybe I shouldn't do, and I have been talking too much on stream. So come join me and see the ride.
This sounds wonderful. I'm Wesley. You can find me pretty much anywhere as I'm a kinda cool guy. That's IMAKINDA, cool guy.
I've got the cadence down.
Yeah. I like repetition. I'm a creature of habit. Anyways, later, nerds.